Alright, we're in the 1992 Defender 110. It's a V8 fire truck. Kind of cool rig. Well, not kind of cool. It is cool. But we're going to take it for full drive. So it is V8. Has the dual SU carbs with the choke. So you can hear the choke run up. It's manual on the side of the steering wheel. So you pull out and you twist it and lock it into place. They do like having some choke until they warm up. They're a little cold-blooded, but as long as you set the choke and it gets warm. Let's see. I had the rear defrost on for some reason before we go. That's a cool feature. You got your lights and sirens. Okay, now I have the choke all the way off. You can hear it idling down. Check the wipers. Siren works, headlights work, taillights work, gauge lights are working. Fuel gauge, this has the LT77 transmission, so it's a little bit different. Reverses up to the left. Right now we have 14,382 kilometers, which is what's that conversion? 6,200. Carry it. A little over 8,000 miles. That was me grinding a gear into fourth. Fourth is where the PTO lockout is set up. So you engage the PTO and you direct drive it. So you actually, I believe the process, if I remember correctly, you drop it to neutral, put it in fourth gear, and then there's a lever right behind your right cap that you can engage that PTO to drive the generator unit. So fourth gear, you want to make sure you got the clutch pushed all the way. You can hear it, I hit it a little bit. Yeah, all the visors are in good shape. There's zinc plating still on the screws. I mean, just feeling the whole thing and noticing the shift knob, the window felts, the gasket seals, just all around. When you look at this vehicle, you know it was well taken care of and restored indoors. Rear wiper works. That's the defrost. Everything moves easily. The dome light comes on. I know we've used the winch. We've used the spotlight on it. Now she's up to operating temperature. As far as I know, the seats are original. The door panels, which the OEM door panels are a lot better. Now that she's warm, actually drive her now. So I'm in the throttle a little bit. That's 60 miles an hour in second gear. I'm good. There's my fourth, really good throttle response. You do hear a few squeaks in here because that's your fire equipment. There's still a brace bar in the back for equipment, and if it was removed, you wouldn't have those rattles in here. Yeah, there's a crossbeam bar right above the rear passenger seat that's padded. It doesn't prevent you from using the rear passenger seat. Gauge cluster is in good condition, the dash is in good condition, doesn't have cracks, just all around. The condition of this car is extremely indicative of the original low miles, and that they kept it indoors and barely used it. so the Europeans will get on you for that one. Wearing your slippers and driving. It's a big no-no. So there's fourth gear when I wasn't being lazy shifting and actually pushing the clutch in all the way. Smooth. We have the Michelins on it. In some of the pictures there's our super swampers, but that was just kind of for display to show if you wanted to put something bigger underneath it. So with the Michelin highway tires, I mean, it runs smooth. I've driven this car to Florida. We took it down to Amelia Island for the Concours d'Elegance another year. Drew a ton of attention. The valet stand at the Ritz was between McLaren and Ferrari stand, and this would draw more attention, more people taking photos, just because I mean, you don't see something like this on the road every day with lights and sirens working. I was told that blue lights are not illegal, but I've driven this, you know, a lot of places, and I've never ran across the law ever having a problem with it. I think they're reserved for emergency vehicles, so they do make some slip covers. If someone was really particular, you can put a slip cover over it. Wrapping it up some, but that Rover V8 and my fourth gear is smooth. That Rover V8 a lot of people are down on, but the dual SU carbs, they have some longevity to them. I think it's because, you know, the discos are running automatic, where this Defender has 5 gears instead of 4-speed automatic, so if you're running down the highway, you're still keeping the RPMs low, and you're shifting around and keeping a good RPM range to it. I do know one of the things on the Rover V8s is the cams will wear out and you'll lose power over time. This one, you know, we had a ton of Rover V8s. I had one with almost 300,000 miles, maybe more, and you could tell it was worn out. Yeah, the cam was probably pretty worn down, and it was losing a little bit of juice. Where this, you start it up and everything's tight, has good compression. You know, as soon as it gets warm, it has power, but you know, all with those carbs, they're cold-blooded. So let's see. As a downshift to second. Third gear running to about 55. Braking, there's no vibration in the drive line. She runs nice and smooth. Yeah. It's a Defender, a V8, a smooth runner. And we're back.